Dr. Elena Martinez stood before the Quantum Observatory's main display, her eyes fixed on patterns that shouldn't exist. The signal, first detected 3 months ago, pulsed with an impossible regularity that defied natural phenomena. More troubling was its origin, or rather, origins. The same signal seemed to emanate from multiple points in space simultaneously. "Run it again," she ordered, her voice steady despite the implications weighing on her mind. The massive array of quantum sensors hummed to life, scanning the designated sector of space. The results remained unchanged. Dr. Martinez, her assistant, James Chen, called from his station. "We're detecting similar signatures from 3 new locations. They're watching us." Elena had suspected as much for weeks. The quantum signals weren't random emissions. They were part of a vast alien surveillance network, one that had likely been monitoring Earth for years. The real question was, why reveal themselves now? The answer came 3 days later, when the first alien ship dropped out of hyperspace at the edge of the solar system. It made no attempt at stealth, broadcasting its presence on all frequencies. A message followed, transmitted in perfect English. "Greetings, humans. The Galactic Concordat welcomes you to the interstellar community." Elena knew propaganda when she heard it. The quantum surveillance network told a different story, one of careful observation and strategic positioning. This wasn't a welcoming committee, it was an advance scout. In the months that followed, Earth's governments united with unprecedented speed. Elena's quantum research facility, buried deep beneath the Rocky Mountains, became the headquarters for Project Phantom, humanity's answer to alien surveillance. The quantum signatures they use for monitoring, Elena explained to the assembled military leaders, create tiny distortions in space-time. "We can't block them, but we can do something better." She gestured to the holographic display, showing a new type of defensive system. "We can make ourselves quantum invisible." The technology was revolutionary, a network of quantum field generators that could make objects exist in multiple potential states simultaneously. To any observer, whether using conventional sensors or quantum monitoring, protected areas would appear to exist in all possible configurations at once, making it impossible to determine their true state. "They're watching us develop primitive countermeasures," Admiral Sarah Chen noted, studying the plans. "Let them watch. They'll see exactly what we want them to see." Project Phantom accelerated. On the surface, Earth appeared to be developing basic deflector shields and early warning systems. But deep underground, in facilities around the world, humanity was building something unprecedented. A defensive grid that could make entire cities phase in and out of quantum reality. The first test came sooner than expected. A fleet of alien ships, far larger than the initial contact vessel, entered the solar system. Their message was less diplomatic. Submit to protection and integration into the Concordat, or face immediate occupation. Elena stood in the control center as Earth enacted its response. With the press of a button, every major city on the planet shifted into quantum uncertainty. To the alien fleet's sensors, Earth's population centers seemed to exist everywhere and nowhere, impossible to target or approach. The alien commander's next transmission contained something Elena hadn't heard in their previous messages. Fear. "What is this technology? How have you achieved quantum phase shifting?" Admiral Chen's response was carefully measured. "The Galactic Concordat isn't the only one who can watch and learn. Perhaps we should discuss more equitable terms for Earth's relationship with your civilization." As the alien fleet retreated, Elena reviewed the quantum monitoring data. The surveillance network was abuzz with activity, spreading news of Earth's capabilities across the galaxy. But they weren't seeing everything. The quantum field generators were only the beginning. In labs across the planet, humanity was already developing the next generation of defensive systems. "They thought they were watching us evolve," Elena mused, but they never understood what they were really seeing. Sometimes the best defense isn't just technology. It's letting your adversaries imagine what else you might be capable of. The quantum signals continued their dance across space, but now they carried a different message. Earth wasn't just another primitive world to be absorbed into the Concordat. It was something new, something unprecedented. A civilization that had turned the very act of being watched into its greatest shield. The Silent Shield. Commander Maya Santos watched the holographic display as another alien fleet approached the outer solar system. Unlike the Concordat's diplomatic vessels, these ships made no attempt at communication. Their energy signatures matched known profiles of the Vrel Dominion, raiders and conquistadors of a dozen star systems. "They're testing our defenses," Admiral Chen observed from the command center of Earth's first quantum battleship, the ESS Nightshade. The Concordat's retreat 3 months ago has attracted attention. The Nightshade represented humanity's next step in quantum defense technology. Not content with merely making cities untargetable, Earth's scientists had developed ships that could exist in quantum superposition, appearing to be in multiple locations simultaneously while actually occupying none of them. Vril fleet entering Mars orbit, Lieutenant Park announced. Energy readings suggest weapons charging. Maya nodded, activating the ship-wide comm. All hands, prepare for quantum shift. Remember your training. What they can't see, they can't hit. The Nightshade's quantum drive hummed to life, enveloping the ship in a field of probability. To the Vrel sensors, the vessel would appear to split into dozens of identical copies, each one potentially real, each one possibly false. "They're launching fighters," Park reported. Standard search pattern. Maya allowed herself a small smile. Deploy the Phantom drones. From the Nightshade's holds, hundreds of small, unmanned craft emerged. Each one carried a miniaturized version of the quantum drive, creating a complex web of uncertainty around the Vril fleet. The Raiders' formation began to falter as their sensors reported thousands of potential targets, none of which could be confirmed as real. "Incoming transmission," Park announced. "They're demanding we stop whatever we're doing to their sensors. Show them our response," Maya ordered. The Nightshade's quantum field shifted, briefly allowing the massive vessel to become partially visible to the Vril fleet. Before their weapons could lock on, it split into multiple quantum states again, seemingly occupying every position around their formation simultaneously. The effect was devastating. The Vril, unable to determine what was real and what was quantum deception, began firing blindly into space. Their shots passed harmlessly through phantom images, while the real threats remained perfectly safe in their quantum uncertainty. "They're breaking formation," Park reported, unable to keep the excitement from his voice. Multiple ships engaging emergency drives. Maya watched as the supposedly fearsome raiders fled in disarray. Earth's quantum defense network had just faced its first real combat test, and it had passed spectacularly. But something else caught her attention: subtle quantum signatures at the edge of their sensor range. "We're being watched again," she noted, "not just by the Concordat this time. How many alien observation posts do you count?" Admiral Chen studied the data. "At least 5 distinct quantum signatures. Word of our capabilities is spreading." "Good," Maya replied. "Let them watch. Let them wonder." Every observer becomes another voice, spreading uncertainty about Earth's true capabilities. In the weeks that followed, Earth's quantum defense network expanded. The Nightshade was joined by sister ships, each one incorporating new advances in quantum field technology. Cities on Earth no longer needed massive generators to maintain their quantum uncertainty. Now tiny devices could protect entire regions. But it was the diplomatic messages that truly revealed the impact of Earth's innovation. The Concordat, which had once demanded submission, now proposed mutual defense treaties. The Vril, their reputation for invincibility shattered, sought trade agreements instead of conquest. "They still don't understand," Elena Martinez observed during a strategy session. "They think quantum uncertainty is just our defense technology. They haven't realized it's become our entire strategic doctrine." Maya understood. Earth didn't need the biggest fleet or the strongest weapons. In a galaxy where every major power watched each other constantly through quantum surveillance networks, humanity had discovered that true power lay in being unknowable. Every demonstration of their capabilities only added to the mystery, making potential adversaries question what other technologies Earth might possess. The quantum signals from alien observation posts continued their endless dance, spreading tales of Earth's ghost fleet across the galaxy. But now they carried an unintended message. In a universe of watchers, humanity had learned to turn observation itself into a shield, transforming the very act of being monitored into a weapon of deterrence. Ripples in the void. Dr. Elena Martinez stood in Earth's newly established Quantum Diplomatic Center, studying the latest readings from the Galactic Quantum Network. The facility, built within a permanent quantum uncertainty field, hosted representatives from a dozen alien species. Each visitor suite existed in a state of quantum flux, making it impossible for any party to spy on another, a feature that had quickly made Earth the preferred location for sensitive interstellar negotiations. Another request for quantum field technology licensing, her assistant reported, gesturing to a holographic notification. This time from the Hylian Consortium. Elena smiled. The Hylians were the third major power this week to approach Earth about sharing its technology. 6 months ago, they wouldn't even acknowledge humanity's right to exist as an independent species. Send them our standard response, she instructed. We're happy to discuss technological cooperation, but only with civilizations that recognize Earth's sovereign status. The quantum uncertainty doctrine had transformed Earth's position in galactic politics. What had begun as a defensive strategy had evolved into something far more profound, a new way of conducting interstellar relations. Commander Maya Santos' voice came through the quantum comm. Dr. Martins, you're going to want to see this. The Nightshade just detected something unusual in the Proxima Centauri system. The data stream showed a familiar pattern, quantum signatures similar to Earth's technology, but far older. How is this possible? Elena wondered aloud. These readings suggest quantum uncertainty fields were active in this region centuries ago. That's not all, Maya continued. We found fragments of ancient quantum tech scattered across multiple star systems. Someone was using this technology long before us, but they went to great lengths to hide it. The discovery sparked a flurry of research. Earth's quantum ships began finding more evidence, remnants of ancient battles where quantum technology had been employed, hidden outposts that phased in and out of normal space, and encrypted quantum messages that had been echoing through the void for millennia. Ambassador Lyra of the Concordat, a frequent visitor to the Quantum Diplomatic Center, offered unexpected insight. There are stories, she revealed during a private meeting. Tales of the predecessors, who mastered the art of quantum manipulation. They vanished months ago, but left behind warnings about the dangers of quantum technology in the wrong hands. Elena recognized the implications immediately. That's why the Concordat was so interested in Earth. You weren't just monitoring our technological development. You were watching to see how we'd use it. Your species surprised us, Lyra admitted. Where others sought to use quantum technology for dominance, you turned it into a shield. Where others saw a weapon, you created a sanctuary. The revelation spread quickly through Earth's leadership. Humanity hadn't invented quantum uncertainty technology. They had rediscovered it, but their approach to its use had been unique enough to attract the attention of those who remembered the predecessors' warnings. Admiral Chen called an emergency meeting of Earth's Defense Council. This changes everything, he declared. We're not just developing our own path, we're being tested against ancient standards. Maya's report from the Nightshade added another layer of complexity. The quantum signatures we're detecting. They're getting stronger. Something is stirring in the galaxy, responding to our use of the technology. Elena found herself working double shifts, analyzing the ancient quantum messages while coordinating Earth's expanding diplomatic role. The quantum uncertainty that had started as a defensive measure had become Earth's greatest diplomatic asset. In a galaxy filled with suspicion and surveillance, The ability to create truly secure spaces for negotiation was invaluable. "We're receiving more diplomatic requests," her assistant announced. "The Vrel want to negotiate a permanent peace treaty. The Hylians are offering trade rights. Even the isolationist Zin Collective is requesting an embassy." But beneath the diplomatic successes, Alina sensed a growing tension. The ancient quantum signatures were becoming more frequent, more organized. Something was awakening in the galaxy, drawn by humanity's unique application of quantum technology. The question was, were they facing judgment or approval from whoever had left those original warnings? The hunter becomes the hunted. The attack came without warning. The Kraken Empire, largest of the galactic powers, launched a massive assault on Earth's quantum defense network. Their fleet, comprising over 1,000 warships, employed technology that seemed designed specifically to counter Earth's quantum uncertainty fields. Commander Maya Santos stood on the Nightshade's bridge, watching as the enemy fleet deployed what appeared to be quantum resonance generators, devices that could potentially collapse uncertainty fields by forcing quantum states to resolve. They'd been planning this, Admiral Chen observed grimly. All those diplomatic overtures were just cover for studying our defenses. But Earth hadn't been idle. Dr. Elena Martinez's team had long theorized that someone might attempt to counter their quantum technology. What the Kraken Empire didn't know was that Earth's apparent defensive capabilities were just the surface of what humanity had developed. "Initialize Quantum Protocol Omega," Maya ordered. Across Earth's defense network, quantum field generators began operating in a new configuration. Instead of creating uncertainty fields around individual ships or installations, they generated a vast, interconnected web of quantum states that encompassed the entire solar system. The Kraken fleet's resonance generators sputtered and failed as they encountered something their designers hadn't anticipated: quantum fields that adapted and evolved in response to attempts to collapse them. "They don't understand," Alina explained to Earth's military council via quantum comm. "Our technology isn't just about creating uncertainty. We've learned to manipulate the very fabric of quantum reality itself." The Nightshade led Earth's counterattack, joined by dozens of other quantum ships. But instead of engaging in conventional combat, they executed a strategy that demonstrated the true sophistication of human quantum engineering. Each vessel projected quantum fields that interacted with the others, creating cascading waves of probability that made it impossible for the Kraken fleet to determine what was real and what wasn't. "Remarkable," Ambassador Lyra observed from the safety of Earth's Quantum Diplomatic Center. "You've achieved something not even the predecessors managed: true quantum synchronization across multiple vessels." The Kraken fleet's formation began to break as their ships lost the ability to distinguish between real threats and quantum echoes. Their much-vaunted resonance generators proved worse than useless. Each attempt to collapse Earth's quantum fields only added new layers of uncertainty to the quantum web. But it was what happened next that truly changed the course of the battle. Ancient quantum signatures, the ones that had been growing stronger over the past months, suddenly surged to life. Throughout the solar system, points of quantum distortion appeared, each one bearing patterns identical to the technology fragments Earth had discovered. "They're not just signals," Alina realized, studying the readings. "They're gateways. The predecessors. They never left. They just moved their entire civilization into quantum space." The Kraken fleet's commanders watched in horror as their ship's quantum resonance generators began to overload. Their own technology turned against them by forces they couldn't comprehend. Within hours, the mighty Armada had no choice but to retreat, their attempt to crack Earth's defenses having revealed something far more significant than they'd intended to find. In the battle's aftermath, Earth's leaders gathered to discuss the implications of what they'd discovered. The quantum technology humanity had developed hadn't just been a test, it had been an invitation. The predecessors, watching from their quantum realm, had been waiting for a species that would understand quantum uncertainty not as a weapon, but as a gateway to a higher form of existence. "We've been approaching this all wrong," Elena explained. showing the assembled leaders new data from the quantum network. The defensive capabilities, the uncertainty fields, they're not just military technology. They're the first steps towards something much bigger. Maya, her ship safely docked after the battle, added her own observations. During the fight, when our quantum fields synchronize, I felt something. It was like we weren't just creating uncertainty in space. We were touching another layer of reality entirely. A new dawn. The quantum gateways remained active in Earth's solar system, pulsing with possibility. Through them came not invaders or conquerors, but messages, complex quantum signatures that Dr. Elena Martinez and her team worked tirelessly to decode. What they discovered would forever change humanity's understanding of both their place in the universe and their own potential. The predecessors didn't just master quantum uncertainty. Elena explained to an emergency session of Earth's Unified Council. They transcended conventional existence entirely. They learned to exist as beings of pure quantum probability, living in a realm where all possibilities exist simultaneously. The quantum technology that Earth had developed as a defense system was actually the first step toward this transformation. The predecessors had seeded the galaxy with fragments of their technology, waiting for a species that would understand its true purpose. They weren't testing our military capabilities, Ambassador Lyra revealed, sharing ancient records from the Concordat's archives. They were watching to see if we would use quantum uncertainty to break down barriers between civilizations, not build them up. Commander Maya Santos, standing at the observation deck of the Nightshade, watched as the quantum gateways shimmered with otherworldly energy. The Ghost Fleet was never meant to be just a defensive screen, she realized. It was training, preparing us to understand existence on a quantum level. The predecessor's message became clear. They had achieved something extraordinary. A form of existence where consciousness itself existed in a state of quantum superposition, free from the limitations of conventional spacetime. But they needed others to join them, to add new perspectives and experiences to their quantum civilization. They're not just inviting us to join them, Elena announced, her voice filled with wonder as she decoded more of the quantum signals. They're offering to teach us how to guide other species toward this transformation. Earth wouldn't just be another member of their quantum civilization. We'd be the bridge between conventional space and quantum reality. The implications were staggering. Earth's quantum defense network, which had started as a means of protection, would become the foundation for humanity's next evolutionary step. The very technology that had made Earth's military vessels impossible to target would allow human consciousness to exist across multiple quantum states. Admiral Chen, who had overseen the development of Earth's Ghost Fleet, smiled at the irony. We built all this to protect ourselves from the galaxy, and instead we've become its gateway to a new form of existence. Over the following months, Earth began its transformation. The Quantum Diplomatic Center became the first site of controlled transcendence, where humans learned to exist partially in quantum space while maintaining their connection to conventional reality. The Ghost Fleet, once a defensive screen, became a network of training vessels where crews learned to navigate the boundary between normal space and the quantum realm. The Kraken Empire, humbled by their failed attack, were among the first to request guidance in this new art of quantum existence. Other civilizations followed, recognizing that Earth's mastery of quantum uncertainty had never been about military power. It had been about understanding the true nature of reality itself. Elena, standing before one of the quantum gateways, felt a deep satisfaction. Humanity had faced the challenge of first contact, not by conquering or submitting, but by innovating in a way that transformed potential conflict into universal transcendence. The Ghost Fleet that had once protected Earth would now guide the galaxy's species toward a new form of existence, where the boundaries between civilizations dissolved into a quantum symphony of infinite possibility. Ready for the next phase? Maya asked, joining Elena at the gateway. Elena nodded, watching as another group of students, human and alien alike, prepared to take their first steps into quantum space. The predecessors were right, she said. The best defense isn't about weapons or shields. It's about showing others that there's something greater to strive for than conquest. As Earth's quantum network expanded across the galaxy, the ancient quantum signatures pulsed with approval. Humanity had not just passed the test, they had understood its deepest meaning. In learning to exist in uncertainty, they had discovered the key to universal harmony, the recognition that in the quantum realm, all existence was interconnected, all possibilities were real, and every civilization's unique perspective added to the infinite symphony of quantum consciousness.